At 92 years old, I often find myself smiling at the simple truth that aging, contrary to what many believe, does not always mean slowing down, weakening, or fading quietly into the background of life. Sometimes it means blossoming in ways you never expected, finding a deeper rhythm, and discovering a quieter kind of strength that only the passage of time can teach. People ask me all the time how I manage to stay energetic, clear-minded, and genuinely happy despite my age. And I always tell them the same thing. It's not luck. It's not expensive treatments. And it's certainly not perfect genetics. Instead, it's a handful of small habits, gentle, intentional morning rituals that have shaped the way I live, breathe, and move through each day. These habits have become like anchors for me, grounding me in peace, fueling my body with vitality, and giving me a sense of gratitude even before the day has fully begun. And so today, I want to share these habits with you, not as commandments or strict rules, but as friendly invitations, soft suggestions you can weave into your own mornings at whatever age you find yourself. Because if there's one thing I've learned over the decades, it's that the way you greet your morning shapes the way the rest of your day greets you. And the way your days accumulate shapes the way your years unfold. So let's begin with the first practice, one that may seem small but holds tremendous power, the ritual of waking gently. When I open my eyes each morning, I don't leap out of bed or reach for my phone or rush into the noise of the world. Instead, I lie still for a moment, letting my mind return slowly from the realm of dreams. I take 5 long, deep breaths, steady, intentional breaths that calm my heartbeat and clear my thoughts. I stretch my fingers and toes, rotate my ankles under the blanket, soften my shoulders, and allow my body to catch up with the fact that a new day has arrived. This simple practice, this gentle awakening, signals to my nervous system that all is well, that there is no danger, no urgency, no need to rush. And with that calm beginning, the rest of my morning unfolds with a kind of peaceful momentum that keeps me balanced. Throughout the day, you might not realize it, but the instant you wake up, your body absorbs whatever energy you give it, panic or peace, stress or serenity, and that energy quietly guides everything that follows. So choose calm, choose breath, choose presence. The second practice that has been a lifelong companion to my health is what I call my 7-minute mobility flow. Now, I'm not talking about complicated exercise routines or strenuous workouts that leave you breathless. At 92, I've come to appreciate the quiet power of gentle movement. Slow, deliberate motions that wake up the muscles, lubricate the joints, and remind the body how to stay flexible. Every morning, without fail, I dedicate 7 minutes to moving with intention. I roll my shoulders backward and forward, feeling the subtle warmth spread through the muscles of my upper back. I slowly circle my wrists and ankles, easing stiffness that might have settled overnight. I stretch my neck from side to side, loosening the tension that can build without us even noticing. Sometimes I hold on to the back of a chair and practice lifting 1 foot at a time, training my balance, reminding my legs that they are still capable, still strong, still here to support me. Over the years, I've seen too many people lose their mobility long before they lose their strength. And once mobility slips away, independence often follows. But this simple routine, less than 10 minutes, done with kindness and patience, has kept me steady on my feet, confident in my movements and safe from unnecessary falls. And beyond the physical benefits, this ritual gives me a kind of emotional uplift that sets the tone for the entire day. When you move your body gently in the morning, your brain gets the message that life is happening, that you're still part of the dance, that your body and mind are working together to keep you vibrant. After my mobility practice, I move into the third habit, one that has supported my health for decades, particularly in my later years. Before I eat anything, before I sip coffee or tea, I reach for a warm drink I've made almost every day of my adult life. A simple elixir of warm water, a slice of fresh lemon, and a teaspoon of honey. On some mornings, especially during the colder months, I'll add a little ginger or a pinch of turmeric. But the base stays the same. Warm, clean, soothing. This drink wakes up my digestive system gently, hydrates my body after a long night of fasting, and supports my joints with its natural anti-inflammatory properties. Now, at 92, digestion plays an even bigger role in how I feel. When your digestion is sluggish, everything feels sluggish. Your energy, your mood, your clarity. But when your digestion is supported, your whole being flows more easily. This warm elixir is like a morning hug for my insides. A gentle way to start the day without harsh stimulants or abrupt jolts of caffeine. And beyond its physical benefits, the ritual itself feels grounding, a quiet, comforting act of self-care that reminds me that my body, even after all these years, deserves to be nurtured with intention. After my warm drink, I shift into the fourth habit, one that nourishes a part of me that becomes more precious with age, my mind. While many people fill their mornings with news, notifications, and noise, I've learned that the early hours are one of the most sacred moments of the day, a time when the mind is open, soft, and highly impressionable. So I choose to fill that space intentionally, gently, and with great care. I spend at least 5 minutes reading something uplifting, reflective, or spiritually enriching. Sometimes it's a paragraph from a book I love. Sometimes it's a few lines of poetry. And sometimes it's simply sitting in silence, focusing on my breathing, allowing my thoughts to settle like dust floating peacefully in a sunbeam. In these few quiet minutes, I find clarity. I find grounding. I find the emotional nourishment that carries me through the unpredictable waves of life. What you feed your mind is just as important as what you feed your body, and in the morning that truth becomes even more powerful. A calm mind creates a calm day. A hopeful thought creates a hopeful attitude, and a grounded beginning creates a grounded life. The final habit, the fifth one, is simple but profoundly important. I take my first step of the day with purpose. After nearly a century of living, I've come to believe that purpose is the heartbeat of longevity, the invisible force that keeps the soul awake. When I stand up each morning, I don't do it mindlessly. I place both feet firmly on the floor, feel the ground beneath me, and say to myself, sometimes out loud, sometimes silently, move forward. This tiny moment of intention changes everything. It reminds me that age does not diminish purpose. It simply reshapes it. Purpose doesn't have to be something grand or complicated. It can be tending to the plants on my windowsill, calling someone I love to check on them, preparing a simple meal, stepping outside to feel the sun on my face, or enjoying a new day of life with gratitude. Purpose gives meaning to movement, fuel to energy, and direction to time. When you begin your day with intention, the day meets you with clarity. And at 92, that clarity is a gift I cherish deeply. Now, when people hear these 5 morning habits, waking gently, 7 minutes of mobility, a warm elixir feeding the mind, and stepping forward with purpose, they often expect something more elaborate, more dramatic, more revolutionary. But the truth is that the most transformative habits are often the simplest ones, the ones that whisper rather than shout, the ones that become part of the rhythm of your life rather than disruptions to it. These habits have carried me through sadness, joy, illness, recovery, loneliness, love, and everything in between. They've helped me stay strong, steady, and emotionally anchored even during the hardest seasons of life. And now, as I reflect on the decades behind me, I can say with confidence that the quality of your life is shaped not by the number of years you live, but by the intention you bring into each day. Aging is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of a new chapter, one that can be filled with peace, meaning, and quiet happiness if you choose to cultivate it. So I invite you, wherever you are in your journey, whether you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, or beyond, to try even one of these habits tomorrow morning. Start small. Start gently. Start with breath, with movement, with warmth, with reflection, or with purpose. And watch how your days begin to shift, how your energy rises, how your spirit settles, and how your life opens up in ways you did not expect. Because no matter your age, no matter your circumstances, you deserve mornings that uplift you, energize you, and remind you that you are still alive, still capable, still becoming. After 92 years on this earth, I can tell you this: the beauty of life does not fade with time. It simply changes shape, becoming softer, deeper, and more meaningful. And when you choose to greet your mornings with intention, you give yourself the extraordinary gift of living, not just surviving, not just existing, but living with grace, presence, and quiet joy. These 5 morning secrets have helped me stay healthier than ever, even at 92. And I share them with you in the hope that they bring light into your days, strength into your body, and peace into your heart. Your mornings are your foundation. Build them with kindness, and your life will reflect that kindness in every breath, every step, and every moment you experience. For more videos, subscribe my channel.